I have always loved anything scary when it comes to scary movies, going to haunted houses, just being in groups and just scaring people myself. Always loved it. I always thought it was so fun. I've always wanted to like work in a haunted house or work somewhere where I could scare people all the time. I thought it would be so much fun. But one thing that held me back was I was always very shy, I didn't like to be in front of people in big crowds. In high school, I did theater tech. I never wanted to be the actor, the actress out there singing, dancing. I was just too embarrassed and would get too scared. I fast forward a couple years after high school, I'm about 20, I decide you're going to audition for a haunted house. This is something you've always wanted to do. Just do it anyway. You know it's going to be terrible. You probably won't get into this haunted house, but you know what? What could it hurt? Just audition. So I looked online, researched it a little bit, and I found out I have to go to a class beforehand to see, is this something you really want to do? Are you interested in this for sure? And kind of like, figure out who they kind of want to audition. So I get to the place where the class is, and everyone there is dressed in black, all very goth, and I was like, all right, I do not fit this mold whatsoever. And it just made me more nervous. I'm like, I don't belong here at all. But I'm like, I got here. I'm just going to go for it. They asked you to do a series of things at this class that they wanted you to act. Some of them were act like a honey badger. I had to crawl on the ground and like growl at people. Be a bipolar monster where I at first was a human totally fine talking to people, and then I had to flip on a dime and be a monster and try to bite them. They asked me to be a fallen angel, which was you want to, like, at first you're okay with like being in heaven, and then you're like, no, I'm rebelling. And then you had to talk to people about like what happened to you, and that's the only direction they gave me. I felt so uncomfortable and out of place, but I took solace in, hey, if you look like an idiot and this doesn't work out, it's fine. You will never see any of these people again. So that's what I kind of took for myself and was like, you're going to be okay. You can do this. It comes time, now it's time for the audition. It's another day. I go in and there's a pile of props on the floor, and then the casting director and the owner of the haunted house is sitting there on the table in front of me. And they just said, okay, pick out a prop that you would like and go ahead and try to scare us. So there's lots of different options. I ended up choosing a chainsaw because I'm like, let's make it easy on myself. Chainsaw is always easy. And I just asked them, like, are you guys ready? Can I do this? And they're like, go for it. And I just started screaming. And it came to me in the blink of an eye. And I just started screaming at the casting director. I ran up to him and said, you killed my husband. Why did you do it? And I just, went for it. Immediately, as soon as they're like, okay, you're done, I got red in the face. I was embarrassed. I was like, that is the most uncomfortable thing I've done. Like, I'm so sorry. I apologize. And they're like, no, we loved it. That's exactly what we want. And so they hired me. I was amazed. And I was so happy that I got in. And so each night after the audition, when like the haunt opened up, I started like honing my skills. Like, all right, what really works? What scares people? What are you going to do? Each night I got a little bit better and better. And then at the beginning they told us, every night we're going to meet together as a group, and we're going to pick who is the best actor and actress of each night of the haunt. And so who scared the most, who really put themselves out there, who all around did the best. And I was like, I'm never getting that. But again, each night I would just try to practice, okay, what's really scaring people? What's really getting them like all riled up? And my goal was to make someone pee their pants. I never did that, but that was my goal. And about 8 nights in from the haunt, all of a sudden we met after the haunt, and they just said, Hannah Russell, you were by far the best tonight. You did an absolutely amazing job. And I was stunned. I was just like, you're joking. There's no way. I just did this. But I got my little candy bar and everyone clapped for me, and it was amazing. And I think the greatest lesson I learned from just this whole experience is you can't let fear rule your life. It's such a common phrase you hear all the time, but it's so true. It prevents you from doing the most fun things in your life. And if you don't let fear in there, you can have fun. If you let fear, you won't ever accomplish anything you really want to.